Previously on Figurative Language.
As the airplane flew through the sky, it jumped up and down with excitement.
So far, we have looked at 6 types of figurative language. So today, let's look at some reading passages and see if we can identify some examples of figurative language.
What examples of figurative language are in this passage? A. Alliteration. B. Simile. C. Personification. Or D. Metaphor.
This passage has an example of a simile and an example of personification. His dog started to giggle and dance. This is an example of personification because dogs don't giggle and dance. That's a human quality. The next example of a type of figurative language is his dog was as excited as a very bouncy ball. Now this is an example of a simile because it compares the dog to a very bouncy ball and uses the word as.
What examples of figurative language are in this passage? A. Alliteration. B. Simile. C. Personification. Or D. Metaphor.
In this passage, there is an example of an alliteration. Sally can collect shiny seashells in the sand by the sea. This is an alliteration because most of the words in this sentence start with the letter S and make the S sound. Sally, shiny, seashells, sand, and sea all start with the letter S. So this is an alliteration. What example of figurative language is in this passage? A. Hyperbole. B. Onomatopoeia. C. Alliteration. Or D. Simile. This sentence has an example of onomatopoeia. Smash, pow, crash are all examples of an onomatopoeia, for they are words that represent a sound. What example of figurative language is in this passage? A. Hyperbole. B. Onomatopoeia. C. Alliteration. Or D. Simile. This passage has an example of hyperbole. The sentence, "Oh my, I can eat 7 hippos, 8 elephants, 19 horses, and 47 giraffes," is a hyperbole. Why? Well, because I don't know about you, but I cannot eat 7 hippos, 8 elephants, 19 horses, and 47 giraffes. So, this is an exaggeration. What Ali means to say is that she is very hungry.